Good afternoon and welcome to Fast Horses Today. Today is Friday. It is November 15th and it's the start of the race week over at Del Mar. So we've got some horses to speak about today and also a pick 5 ticket and the late pick 5 at Del Mar. So let's get started here at Del Mar. Now the late pick 5 starts in the fourth race today. Fourth race has approximate post time of about 4 o'clock here Central Time, so 2 o'clock there in the Pacific Time Zone. And the fourth race starts out as a 5-furlong grass race. These are $25,000 claimers. Now, 25 on the turf is your bottom level there in Southern California. And, these are horses that maybe have seen better days before, but, could still compete on some level, and it makes it for a good race to bet. So I've got 3 horses here that I want to get the pick 5 started. I'm going to go first with the 1 who is Champagne Cami. John Sadler just claimed this horse off of Vladimir Serene. This horse gets the 1 hole, which I feel is a big advantage here. Kazushi Kimura takes the call. We've seen Kimura put some really nice rides on horses over the last couple weeks. This horse, again, has the benefit of being in the 1 hole. Could probably work out a trip and finish up, in a field that is pretty evenly matched and not great talent here. So I'm also going to put the 2 horse who is Unwritten Code. Now, Unwritten Code comes out of the George Parabon barn. Tiago Pereira is on today, and this horse is 6-1 today. This horse has some back class that we could find here that might be good enough for today. He had a bit of a layoff, come off a layoff from last spring in Santa Anita and ran late October at Santa Anita in a 6-furlong grass race. And I thought the horse just kind of ran a race, looked like he might have needed the race. This horse does show speed, which could be a big factor here in this race. Coming out of the 2 hole, could, get the lead, clear the field, and you never know, could end up holding on. So I'm going to put the 2 Unwritten Code. And then finally, I'm going to put the 7, who is A Real Jewel, Bob Hess and Kent DeSormo. These guys have teamed up for a lot of wins over the years, but, with Kent DeSormo, you just don't know which Kent DeSormo is going to show up that day. Is he in the mood to ride and win races, or is he just, standing up before finish lines, which he's, certainly has done that over many years as well. But DeSormo has ridden this horse, many times. Has ridden the horse, nicely, seems to get along well, has a nice closing kick. We'll see what Kent DeSormo today. The horse is 5-2. Certainly don't want to throw him out and see Kent DeSormo put on a stylish ride, but also wouldn't single him because we all know, it's almost a coin flip with him these days. So got the 1, 2, and the 7 there to start off the pick 5. Let's move over to the 5th race. 5th race is 5.5 furlongs on the dirt. Now this is kind of a new condition that I see they're running in Southern California. This is like a optional starter optional with a claim on a lower level, and I'm guessing this is they're able to fill fields with this because some of these trainers are small outfits. They want to keep their horses so they could run for that starter condition if the horses run for 8,000 or less, and if you want to put in your horse for a claim, you can put them in for 10. So, we see some of these conditions in some of the eastern tracks. This is really kind of the first I've seen in Southern California, but I know they're trying to get creative and fill races. So, anyway, this race is pretty open. I'm going to put 4 horses here to keep the pick 5 going along. I'm going to put the 2 horse who is Grayson Sun, Sergio Morfine. Morfine has 2 horses in here. I'm going to have both of them in. Grayson Sun, is coming off here a 3-race win streak. All those wins have come up north. Either Santa Rosa or Fresno. So this horse shows a good record on the dirt, has been running up north, so maybe just didn't like the synthetic surface at Golden Gate or the turf, but has done a lot of damage on the dirt. So I'll give this horse a shot. Edgar Payeras. Payeras certainly knows how to ride these sprint races. This is what he does over at Los Al, these short dirt races. So 6-1. Grayson Sun could be live here. Going to also put the other Sergio Morfine, who is the 5, Stormy Samurai. He puts the apprentice Carmona on the horse, so the horse gets a weight break, 5 pounds. Now, this horse has been running in these starter allowance races over at Los Al at nighttime. Now, I know the nighttime races at Los Al, sometimes they translate to the big track, sometimes they don't. This horse has certainly been knocking around, and having a big campaign this year, running in a lot of races. The horse is, certainly it looks to be in running shape, racing shape. 7-2, could translate here in this type of race. So we'll put the 5 Stormy Samurai. I'm going to put the 6 horse who is Sunrise Journey. Almost took this horse out, but I'm just going to leave this horse in because we've got a single later today. This horse 3-1, Kyle Frey. Liberato Baraccio trains the horse. Now, this horse has been in and out of his barn. It seems like they've kind of seesawed between Baraccio having this horse and David Jacobson having this horse in the East, and Baraccio get this horse back. This horse is an old-timer, 9-year-old gelding by Good Journey. Nice to see this horse still running, and, you root for these kind of, old war horses. So certainly could reach into his back class and win a race like this. 3-1, that's Sunrise Journey. And then finally going to put in the 7 Soul of Midnight for Steve Knapp. Steve Knapp has Tiago Pereira on the horse. Now these guys have paired up to win some races. This is kind of a horse that shows some good, so shows some bad. That's probably why he's running at this level. On his best day, can certainly win this race. We'll see. He's run at Del Mar, just not much success there, but I don't think it's a track issue. It's probably just getting him on the right day. So 6-1, Tiago Pereira, definitely live horse here. All right, let's move over to the next race of the day. Next race of the day is a maiden special weight, 5 furlongs on the grass. These are 2-year-old boys, and these are Calbred. So maiden special weight Calbreds. I got this race narrowed down to 2 horses. I'm going to go inside and outside here. I'm going to go with the 1 horse, Brahms Mendelssohn. Brendan Galvin, Tyler Bays. Now, Galvin is having a tough year as far as win percentage. He's had some good horses, but just things haven't seemed to work out all that well. But this is a nicely bred horse, by Mendelssohn, Calbred. I like the horses. A few of his works, especially his last work, he really showed a zippy work over there at Santa Anita on their synthetic track, with a 46-4 handily work. From the 1 hole, if that means speed, this horse will be dangerous. Tyler Bays certainly knows what to do on the rail, certainly knows what to do on a speed horse, and he's, running with a bunch of Calbreds who we're not sure what kind of quality this is. So we'll put the 1, Brahms Mendelssohn, then going to put the 9 horse, who is Cullen J. This is for Richard Baltus. This horse had a couple starts. They're making some changes here, taking the blinkers off. As I mentioned, Baltus is a trainer. He's got Freysu on the horse. This horse has run 2 times. The career debut was over at Del Mar in a 5 furlong grass race. Had the 1 hole. Ended up just kind of running an even race. I thought the horse improved big time in his second start, running at Santa Anita on the grass. The horse showed speed and then just gave it up in the stretch. So looks to me like I'm thinking they'll probably try to show speed with this horse. It's the challenge is the horse has to break sharp, out of the 9 hole. We'll see what kind of horses are on the inside of them. By Sir Prancelot, we see Sir Prancelot horses do pretty well. So I'm gonna go here 1 and 9 here to get this pick 5 moved along. The next race of the day is the 7th race. This is the day feature here. This is 6 furlongs on the dirt. Now, this is an allowance, 3rd level allowance, which, you rarely see in California nowadays. But, they got this race together. Probably in part, that we wanted to see the comeback of Tamara, for Richard Mandella. Now, this is the daughter of Beholder. And this is the Grade 1 Del Mar debutante winner from 2023. And, she was really a star on the rise, winning her first 2 starts and then being a favorite in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies at Santa Anita on Breeders' Cup Day last year. And, she there was a mishap there. She ended up suffering an injury in that race or right after that race and had some time off. And so we haven't seen her since, it's been just over a year that we've seen her. But this horse is 4-5 in the program. I trust in Richard Mandella. He knows when to bring a horse out, when a horse is ready. She's going to be on the 1 hole here in a 6 furlong race. Not a huge field, 6 horses, so Mike Smith's smart enough jock. He knows what to do. He can get her a good trip. I expect a nice race out of this. And, maybe this will be if the horse runs really nice, we'll see maybe she goes to the Grade 1 La Brea on opening day at Santa Anita. So that'll probably be the next best thing for her. Sure, they're looking for another Grade 1 with a horse like this. She's already a Grade 1 winner, having won the Del Mar debutante. But anyway, we'll single Tamara and expecting that she's ready to go, and we'll see a nice effort here. All right, now let's go to the last race of the day. Last race being the 8th race. This has approximate post time about 6 o'clock here in the Central Time Zone, and that's 4 o'clock there Pacific. This is a mile on the grass. This is a allowance race. This is a 2nd level allowance race, and I think it's a nice evenly matched field. I'm going to put 5 horses here. The thought is I'm hoping the ticket's live. The single is Tamara, maybe a couple prices before that. We've got 5 horses to pay us off, and we hope for the best here with this very competitive field. I'm going to put the 1 horse, who's Royal Charter, Leonard Powell, Kazushi Kimura. This horse has run some nice races, has run very competitively at Del Mar. Ran a pretty nice race in the John C. Maybe ended up coming fifth that day. Just kind of took the lead and ended up, giving it up, running up against horses like Hang the Moon and Aset. Certainly no horses like that today. So Royal Charter, I think, is dangerous from the 1-hole Kazushi Kimura. Going to put the 2 Graceland Gray for Peter Eurton, Antonio Fresu. This horse coming off a bit of a layoff. We haven't seen her since the springtime. Usually Peter Eurton does well with horses, experienced horses off a layoff. He can have them ready to go. This horse is 7-2. Going to also put the 5 horse in. Your One there, Paddy Gallagher. Gallagher training for a big outfit like Eclipse Thoroughbred Partners. Rispoli takes the call. Rispoli's been riding this horse. This horse is run nicely in Southern California. Runs with a big closing kick, so she's got a really nice closing kick. We'll see if they cook it up early and it sets up for a horse like Your One there. You might see her flying past everyone in the stretch. They're going to put the 6 horse Well Into for Jonathan Thomas and Augustin Stables. We saw them bring out a really nice horse last week and run there. Nice to see Augustin Stables, supporting the Southern California circuit, and Jonathan Thomas. These guys have nice horses. I mean, it's historic operation there with Augustin, and this horse very well bred. Long shot today has Jose Valdivia here. Now, I don't know, they're putting, horse has shown speed in her career, putting blinkers on, so I'm not sure. Does that mean, all systems go, get to the lead, see how far you can go? We'll see, but 15-1 would be nice to have a live ticket and have a horse like that pay off. I'm going to then put the 8 horse, who is Ange and Ash, Hector Palma and Hector Barrios. We'll see if the 2 Hectors can pair up here and win a race here on the grass at Del Mar. Horse does show a nice grass record here at Del Mar with 2 wins out of 3 starts. Now, she's been sprinting, in her last several races. So, I trust in Hector Palma, putting this girl in at a mile. I'm sure it should be no problem for her. She has run at a mile a couple times and run fine. So it's just a matter of the distance. And, as we've seen Hector Barrios, he knows how to ride on the turf. He gets himself in a nice position and, ends up having a horse finishing nicely at the end. So we'll put Ange and Ash at 8-1. All right, now let's recap the day and recap the ticket. All right, so today at Del Mar on Friday, we've got a pick 5 ticket that starts in the 4th race. In the 4th race, I've got the 1-2-7 with 2-5-6-7 with 1-9 with the single of the 1, Tamara, with 1, 2, 5, 6, 8. Now in total, if there aren't any scratches, that ticket will be a $60 play today. So as always, if you see fit, you can play as is and jump in. If you want to add or subtract, you do that, how it fits you. If you want to play the pick 3s or pick 4s within this, you've got to do what suits you best. Whatever you decide to do, I wish you the best of luck. Let's get some good trips, because good trips result in great luck and great results. And let's wish the folks over at Del Mar a great, safe day of racing. So as always, I ask you to do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything, just puts you on a feed, and when new content gets created, it gets served up to you. Like or dislike, make some comments. I promise to respond to any and all comments. Let's create a discussion. We always learn more when we can hear from each other and create a discussion. So as always, I thank you so much for watching today at Fast Horses Today. We will be back tomorrow, and let's have a great day over at Del Mar, where the turf meets the surf. Have a great night.